My knowing how to play a piano isn't useful to this. Wow, hello everyone, welcome on in. It's time for Doors, Doors, Doors? Yeah, Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna stick with it. I guess that's the new joke. When I only put 3 doors is because I didn't feel like writing 9 of them, to be honest. But doors, doors, doors! That's our thing for this game now. Sure, fuck it. Why not? I wish this game had music. Like, if I want menu music, this is the place to be. Door, door, door times 3, so true. Door, door, door. Yep, see, it's already sticking. Door, door, door. We're wasting our singular brain cell just saying door, door, door. I love this for us. Okay. Last time, we were at a door. Well, we were at 2 doors, actually. Okay. I think I'm starting to understand these save slots a little better. They seem cryptic, but it's fine. Yes, I want to resume from here.
All right then.
Why is he saying all right then? Didn't I save out a choice? I didn't pick. Concern.
It seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go?
But I didn't pick. I saved before the choice. Huh? Or is this building up? I don't remember what exactly was said. We began to walk toward door 5.
I'm going through door 5.
Okay, good for you, buddy. Clover and Snake followed with 7, a short distance behind.
We're over there too, right, Snake?
Okay, I think this might be a little bit of a recap. I'm so confused. If you remember correctly, the first choice is kind of scripted. But we had the option, like, where I saved, we were at the options for picking door 5 or door 4.
The door's not going anywhere. Slow down.
Which door?
Okay, it did do a little bit of a recap. Recap episode! I guess. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, because that gave me a startle. Last time on Zero Escape, I did look at a flowchart for the possible endings, because wanted to. And I will be honest, my first gut instinct was to stick with door 4, because, it just seemed like, well, they already decided that, stick with it. But looking at the requirements for the true ending, I do have to get a specific ending first, and that requires doing the opposite of that. So I think I want to get that ending first, so that way we can then hop over to trying to get the true ending. Yeah. But I want to triple check the flowchart to see if I'm remembering that correctly. Because I don't want to be wrong and fuck that up. Because, like, oh yeah, I want to do this and then immediately fuck it up. Yeah, so you have to get story checks passed, but also you need a specific ending cleared, and that'll determine, like, what ending you get. Like, between the true ending or a different ending. And I can only get the... Okay, yeah. Safe ending is hidden within the door 5 endings. So, you're gonna go to door 5 and try to get the safe ending. I won't pay attention to what doors, we'll just kind of go from there. But, like, get that split set up now, so that way we'll get that before the true ending. Yeah, does that make sense? Is everyone on board? All aboard the ship. Door 5. Yeah. Though it is kind of nice in a way, in my opinion, that, like, my gut instinct would have been, like, on track to get the true ending if it didn't have ending requirements. This game likes to make a lot of sense and also no sense at the same time. That's how Spike Chunsoft games are in a nutshell, aren't they?
wait.
Took them up there. Junpei's cry echoed across the room. The 4 people walking toward the door stopped. Turned back toward him. That and escaped my vision because I wasn't looking there.
I want to go through door 5 too.
The words were scarcely out of his mouth when June spoke up.
What? What are you saying, Jumpy?
Well, you heard the man.
If you're going through that door, then I'm going with you.
Oh boy. He turned around to look at her.
No, you can't. I can't take you with me.
Why?
Well, you know what's in there, don't you? Are you sure you want to see that?
Well...
June opened her mouth, as if to say something, but instead closed it again and looked at the floor. Junpei felt an ache in his chest at her clear distress, but the choice was not his to make. Yeah, it was ours to make. There was nothing else he could do. Junpei turned away from June, doing his best to silence his turbulent emotions.
Please, let me go into door 5.
7 scratched his head and looked at the young man.
Man, now we're right back where we started, you know that?
Junpei's bracelet is number 5, right? If we are going to add Junpei, then we must subtract 5 from the rest of us.
Oh yeah, that's how maths. Snake turned to Ace.
Ace, please, take good care of Clover.
Well then.
Oh, all right. That's fine.
1 + 4 = 5. Yes. Good job, buddy.
Don't go away!
You need to listen to me, Clover. Go to door 4 with the others.
No!
No.
Don't be so selfish.
Snake's tone was harsh.
Why?
Tears welled up in Clover's eyes. She bit her lip and did her best to fight them off. Snake's expression softened, and he put his arms around Clover. He held her close and whispered into her ear.
You'll be fine. Just relax.
It looked as though he whispered 2 or 3 more words, but whatever they were, Junpei didn't hear them.
What did he tell her?
I think it's none of your business, Junpei. He couldn't help but wonder what the other man had said. Snake pulled back from his sister, his eyes kind and inquiring.
Okay, I understand.
Her voice was barely audible from where Junpei stood. Before long, new teams were assembled.
Let's make sure we've got this straight. Those going to door 5 are me, 7, and Snake.
Ew, it's bolded.
7 + 2 + 5 = 14, and the digital root of 14, 1 + 4, is 5. And those going to door 4 are Lotus, Santa, June, Ace, and Clover. 8 + 3 + 6 + 1 + 4 is 22, and the digital root of 22 is 2 + 2, 4. We're okay with this?
No problems here.
Yes. Let's do it. All right then.
Seven, Snake, and Junpei scanned their numbered bracelets in quick succession. The screen of the red showed 3 asterisks.
The lever's all that's left. Okay. All right then. Let's go.
Junpei glanced around one last time, his hand resting on the lever of the red.
Okay. Please be careful.
I imagine that's the goal, yes. Concern was written plainly across her face.
We will.
Junpei looked her in the eye and gave Fu what he hoped was a reassuring nod. He pulled the lever. With a sharp clack of a lock releasing the door swung open.
And it's open.
Ahead of them, in the small hallway, were the pitiful remains of the ninth man.
Oh,
That's messed up.
that was the ninth man.
Yep, definitely was. For a moment, Junpei froze. Try as he might, his eyes would not leave the corpse, and his feet would not leave the floor. 7, too, seemed paralyzed. Snake, on the other hand, seemed unconcerned. I mean, he can't see the corpse in his defense. He walked calmly down the bloody hallway, and only stopped when he realized his companions were not following.
Oh,
How can you...
Y'all, he can't see. He probably smells it, though. Like, smells it way more than the others, but maybe he doesn't care.
Well, do you intend to kill me? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you?
Oh, yeah. He hadn't even bothered to turn around. His head was, at most, slightly cocked toward one shoulder.
sorry.
Let's go!
Junpei and Seven looked at one another, nodded, and threw themselves through the door. As they did, a cold tone sounded from the left wrists of all three men. Seven and Junpei looked down at their bracelets. On both of them, and on Snake's, a red skull had flickered to life.
Damn it! The countdown started!
Well, no shit, you're in the room. They had scarcely processed this information when, with a metallic slam, the numbered door behind them swung shut.
Shit, the door!
Well, yeah, you think it's gonna stay open?
There's no turning back now. And if we don't manage to find the deactivation device...
Hey, where is the dead?
And the fear and urgency in Seven's face reflected what all three of them felt.
How the hell should I know?
Stay calm. Look around you.
Okay, I get it.
Junpei spun around, searching desperately for the dead.
Ah!
He found it easily enough. It was on the wall, next to the closed door labeled 5.
Found it! Right here!
That's convenient. As he yelled, he struck the scanner with his hand. The other two scrambled to follow suit. As soon as they finished, Snake threw the lever down.
Well, it looks like it stopped.
Mm-hmm. As he spoke, Junpei wiped the sweat from his forehead with a trembling hand.
Goddamn thing's gonna give me a heart attack.
Oh dear, well... A muscle stood out in Seven's neck, and the corners of his mouth were twitching. That doesn't sound healthy.
Jumpy, are you all right? Are you guys okay?
They could hear anxious voices, muffled but distinct, from the other side of the door.
Yeah, we're fine.
The detonators have been deactivated.
They heard relieved sighs, and even through the door, the three men could feel the tension disperse.
Alright, we're moving on. Be careful, okay?
Okay.
Sure thing.
Dots.
And they're gone.
They heard footsteps moving away, and before long they were alone again.
Now,
Junpei looked around.
doesn't look like we can go any further this way.
The hallway ended roughly 20 or 30 feet from where they stood.
Maybe this wall can be moved. Or not. It's not budging.
Hey, there's a door over there.
Oh boy. To the left, however, was a wooden door that looked positively inviting by comparison. In the middle of it was a plaque that read, First Class.
A first-class cabin, huh?
Well, it seems like it.
Let's have a look then, shall we?
I don't know, shall we, Snake? Will you have a look?
All right then. Let's go.
Yeah.
Without hesitation, Snake opened the door and stepped inside. Seven followed closely behind him. Junpei moved to follow them as well, but
Oh.
he stopped, just short of the threshold, I looked back, not knowing why.
I don't want to look, but
Lying in the small hallway was a man's body, or at least what was left of it. He tried hard to avoid looking at the grisly scene, but it just wouldn't leave his mind.
oh, it's so horrible. I can't even tell what's what.
What had once been a man's internal organs now looked like so much vomit. As though something had chewed up and spit out the better part of his torso. It was hideous, but worse still, it was cruel. It was hard to believe the thing on the floor had once been human. The black pool of thick blood. The lumps of glistening flesh spread across floor. The awkward twisted tangle of shredded intestines. The head, wretched to some grotesque unnatural position.
He'd been wearing these.
Yeah? The man's glasses lay next to his head. The lenses were cracked, and the frame bent and distorted. And next to the glasses lay a bracelet, the number 9 still displayed on its face.
The bracelet's off. Oh wait, Zero did say.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confine of the ship, or the outside of the wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
The bracelet comes off when you're dead. Oh, but what the hell's the point of getting it off when you end up like this? Oh, just imagining how it must have happened. This was a human.
Suddenly, Junpei felt his stomach convulse, and a knot of muscle gripped his throat.
Oh god. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna puke. Oh, I gotta get out of here.
He clapped his hands over his mouth and ran to the first-class cabin. The atmosphere changed immediately. The room was gorgeous, and despite the apparent age of the ship, none the worse for wear.
Where did they...
He looked around. Seven and Snake were nowhere to be seen. There were 2 doors on the right side of the room. He opened the one on his right and went through. Alright.
Through here?
On the other side of the door was a short hallway. He jogged down the hallway, opened the door at the other end, and peeked through. Buddy, there was like a letter on the table. Like, why didn't he investigate anything in that room before going through a door? Junpei. At least he found them, but... there they were, to his right, busy examining something.
What's up?
He stepped through the door and walked toward them.
Check this out. We found this thing here on the door.
It definitely is a thing.
The red light's on. Does that mean it's locked?
So I would assume.
Is there any other way out?
We looked around a little. Other than this door, we didn't find anything.
So you're telling me that unless we can open this door...
Yes, we won't be going anywhere.
Junpei stepped away from the door and looked around the room.
This looks like a bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other room is probably a living room. Or the closest you can get to one on a ship.
Yeah, definitely seemed like it.
All right, let's find a way to open this door. Come on, guys.
There's a piano. Playing the piano will definitely help, right? Okay, so this is the floor layout, I guess. So only each scene makes sense. Oh yeah, to show you like all the things, I guess. Fucking pillows. Score plate. Let me see. This feels like glass. Rectangular plate of glass. Is there something written on the surface? Yeah, it's a sheet of music with a couple of A notes. Just A's? Yeah. Yeah. Just A's, that's weird. Yeah, that's it. Kinda weird, huh? Also, Junpei knows how to read treble clef, apparently. Good for him. It took Junpei by surprise. Snake, usually so calm and collected, suddenly began to move. He stared about the room almost frantically, clearly looking for something. No, Junpei thought, not staring. After all, he's blind. Yep. Blind or not, Snake was clearly attempting to do something. At last, Junpei could no longer contain his curiosity.
What's wrong? You got weird all of a sudden.
Snake waited a moment before answering.
I heard something strange.
Something strange?
Ah, well, never mind. It doesn't seem to be anything suspicious. I don't wish to toot my own horn, but my auditory senses are considerably more advanced than those of most humans.
I mean, that's just what happens. If you're down with sense, the rest of your senses are heightened.
I notice even the slightest of noises.
Right. Are you gonna tell me you can hear a needle drop from a mile away?
No, such a thing would be impossible. However, by listening to the sound of footsteps and breathing, as well as sound echoing off the environment, I can locate most objects.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's right. When Clover fell on the big staircase a little while ago, you were at her side immediately. So that was...
Yes, I could hear it happening. In fact, I can run quite fast. Certainly as fast as you. And should someone attempt to start a fight with me, I am quite confident that I could defeat them.
Good for you, bud. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Junpei was somewhat taken aback by this revelation. He stared at Snake, skeptical.
You don't believe me, do you?
Don't start
Care
a
to
fight
give
with
it a
him.
try?
Actually, you know what? Do it. It would be funny. Junpei, fight Snake.
I must warn you, you'll no doubt regret it.
I don't know. I kind of want to fight you, Snake, just because you're asking for one. I guess Junpei is different.
Well, I suppose that's enough playing around. Let's resume our search, shall we?
No, I want to play with you more, Snake. With a small, self-satisfied smile, Snake turned and walked away from Junpei. Piano. What's this? This isn't a score. No, it's not. Is this a map of the ship? A map? There's a map of the ship here? Yeah. Then I imagine it will prove very helpful. You'd best hold on to it, Junpei. Okay. Can you play the piano? It is now possible to use the map screen. Map screen. The map screen can only be viewed during the story sections. While on the map screen, you can examine a map of this ship's floor plan, which you will acquire over the course of the story. Clicking the green parts of the floor plan will allow you to see a bird's eye view for that room. I see. A piano keyboard. What is Snake doing? He can't play, can he? This piano. There's something amiss with the keys. You mean it's out of tune or something? No, not that. It's properly tuned, just... Well, the sounds are clearly purposely different. The C key doesn't yield a C, but rather a different note entirely. The same goes for the D keys. They play some other note. Does that mean it's... I'm pretty sure, Snake, that means it's not in tune. But you know, Huh. Why do you think it's like that? Isn't it painfully obvious? Zero modified it in some way. This piano, you see, is part of one of the puzzles Zero has set for us. Perhaps if we play the keys in the correct order, something will happen. In other words, we need to play a song on the piano. I believe so. Well, we have this. An upright piano. From the feel of the wood, it must be quite old. How do I use it? I don't remember the button. So I don't see pianos still like this much nowadays. These keys are all messed up. Oh yeah, that's right. I got that score plate earlier. Yeah! Use it! I don't remember the buttons, I'll be honest. It's solely a table with a mirror. Ah yes, you know, that sort of thing is known as a vanity. Were you aware of that, Junpei? And of course, vanity also refers to self-love, conceit, and narcissism. I didn't know that, but that does explain why it's called a vanity mirror. As such, you could say that every day when a woman looks into one of these. She's staring at her own conceit and narcissism. Doesn't that strike you as terribly sad? And he says nothing. Wow. Whatever. I guess let's go to one of these. Lights, huh? Nope, it doesn't look like there's anything hidden there. The bathtub is full of water. Is there ash or something in this water? It looks kind of gray. Let's just pull the plug. No, hold on. Maybe we can, I don't know, use it for something? Use it for something. Peculiar, but okay. No, the sink's clean. Any water? Nothing's coming out. We've got the faucet on all the way, but I can't hear anything. Okay, that's it for this room. It's a heavy piece of paper that's been folded in half. It has score printed on the front of it. Score. That's gotta mean musical score. And that's true. Then the score we just found was probably in here. At least at some point. Okay. It says score on this paper. I guess you put sheet music in it. Well, that was useless. This couch looks just big enough for 3 people. It looks perfect for me. What? Perfect for an elegant gentleman like myself. And the couch looks a lot more elegant. Hey, there's something you aren't saying. Never mind, Junpei. Jeesh. There's an expensive looking chair sitting over here. Oh, okay. There's an iron grate in front of the fireplace. There's something behind it. Yeah. Yeah? Do something about the thing behind it. The fireplace, huh? I don't see one of those too often. There aren't a lot of people these days with real fireplaces and real fires. You're not gonna... Maybe I need to get a bucket or something. The couch does look elegant though, but it doesn't really go with 7. And there are a couple of lights up on the wall. And I get it. You're gonna use this vase, right? And it's pretty clever, Junpei. We just gotta fill this thing with water. Yeah. Somebody spent a lot of time carving the legs of this chair. And snap like a twig if Seven sits on it, though. Mind your own business. And this is some sort of antique desk. Makes sense, though, I guess. This whole room's full of antiques. You could get a nice handful of cash for all this stuff in here. Interesting. G. It's just full of G. Wow. It's a rectangular piece of glass. And you can see right through it. It has a couple of G notes written on it. Huh. I wonder what that means. Fair enough. This is a suitcase made of leather, the color of rich mahogany. Oh shoot. It looks like there's nothing in it. Damn. It's a leather suitcase. Dang, nothing in there. Alright. Get to know that exists just for some glass plate. Sleepy brain. Yeah, that's fair. Go get some rest. Toilet. And there's some toilet paper on the wall there. Nothing that looks suspicious. It's a toilet. Doesn't seem to be anything in the toilet or the tank. Okay, so that's why the tub is full of water. The bathtub's full of gross, cloudy water. Alright. It shouldn't be too hard to fill this vase up. Vase filled with water. Whee! Wrong door. Alright, it's time to put this fire out. About time, buddy. Let's do it. Here we go. Haha, good job. Another success. That fire didn't stand a chance. Alright, I'll just pull this out now. Don't want to get burned, so let's pull it down the sleeves. Score plate. Can I combine that with this? No? Okay. It's a ceramic plate of some kind. It looks like a blank sheet of music. Okay. As Junpei tucked the plate into his pocket. Seven cried out and stumbled, his balance lost. He threw out a hand and caught the wall in time to steady himself and avoid the floor, but his face was flushed and he looked startled.
Hey, Seven. What the hell was that? Are you alright?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. I just felt a little dizzy, that's all.
Seven rubbed a couple of fingers across his brow and then shook his head, as if to clear it.
What the hell is wrong with me?
Oh.
There's memory loss, now I'm getting dizzy for no reason.
No.
Memory loss?
Junpei couldn't hide the surprise in his voice. Seven, for his part, seemed unconcerned.
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't tell you, huh? I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. I told him I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up. Didn't realize I hadn't told you.
Whoa, wait a minute. You're talking about amnesia, right?
No, the other memory loss thing, Junpei.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, why are you an amnesiac? What happened to you?
Junpei. Please. Why'd you forget? Buddy.
If I knew that, I wouldn't really be one, would I?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Junpei paused for a moment and stared at 7.
Are you telling the truth?
Huh?
Well, you look pretty calm for somebody who doesn't remember anything. If you've really got amnesia, shouldn't you be, like, upset or confused or something?
I mean, confused, sure, but like, I don't know, if you don't remember anything, like...
Well, sure. I mean, I was pretty confused when I woke up down on D-Deck. But that was a while ago. I've had some time to get used to it. After a while, I figured it wasn't worth the trouble of worrying about it.
Yeah, that's fair. Valid.
After all, why worry about something I can't change?
Also valid.
Well, people usually don't stay amnesiacs forever. I figure it'll work itself out eventually.
I mean, that's a good way to look at it, I guess.
But that's it?
Okay, Junpei, stop.
That's it. Alright, that's enough talking for now. Let's get back to work.
Yeah. 7 gave Junpei a look the younger man wasn't sure how to interpret and turned to walk away.
How are you fine with something like that?
Somehow, though, Junpei didn't find his reassurances very reassuring. Is that the Catman antics? Gasp. Yeah, okay, that's what's in here. These keys are all messed up. Oh yeah, that's right, I got the score plate earlier. Okay. Do something about it. Oh, what haven't I looked at? A white desk. Feels kind of fancy. It's a small round chair. Looks like it probably goes to the vanity. So this is the locking thing. It's flashing red. That's usually not a good sign. Is that a microphone? It looks like a satellite dish. Let me see. Well, judging by the feel of it, I would guess that we are meant to produce some sort of sound. And this device will sense it and unlock. Yeah, that's what I figured. Now can we do something at the piano? These keys are all messed up. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, use it! Is there something that I missed? Oh, it's a white desk, thanks rubbing it. This is a high quality desk. Teak, or perhaps mahogany. No, how can you tell? No, I have my ways. Well, at least you got white. What? Huh? What the hell, man? It's just a light. Oh, but of course. That's weird. Can you select the thingy that you put the music on? I'll try. You know, it's just the whole piano or the keys. Or, are you kidding me? I swear I clicked on that. Fucker. Music stand. Might as well put the music I found on it. And put the ceramic plate on the bottom. And the glass plate's on top. Wait a minute. What's wrong? Well, I put them all on top of each other, but they look odd. It doesn't really look like a song. Then in all likelihood, we haven't found them all. We need to find more glass plates. Where? I swear I've clicked everything. Lights are lit. A window. There's an iron plate nailed to it. Under the bed, other rooms. Guys, calm down, first of all. It feels like I should be able to look at that more, but there isn't an angle to look at it better. This room. Okay, we haven't been in this one yet. A leather suitcase. And there's nothing inside. I can tell by the weight, and it makes no noise when shaken. It's a leather suitcase. Unfortunately, there's nothing inside. And the safe is locked. It's one of those dial locks. It doesn't have a key. We just need to get the dials in the right place, and it'll open. And did you find anything, Seven? Nope. How about you, Snake? I also found nothing. Well, see. There isn't a scene down on the fourth one. Interesting. I'm telling the right numbers. Okay. There must be another place I haven't checked yet that will have the numbers for that. Windows. I guess I can't do anything with that window. Take this again. There are a couple of light fixtures in the bathroom. They seem perfectly ordinary. Man, this water's dirty. Can't see more than 4 inches or so. You can't see anything down there. Do you think... Think what? Time to drain it? The water's filthy. If there's anything under it, I'm sure I can't see it. Still, if I want to be sure... Drain it. There we go. There's a plug on the end of this chain. Alright, why don't we just drain this water? Yeah, good plan. Alright, where's that thing? Good tug ought to be enough to get it out. Huh? I'm scared. Okay, it's fine. Wow, D. I thought for a moment there was gonna be a jump scare from the water though, but no, just another plate. Testing, testing. Hey, it's great to see you all here. I just flew in from New York and boy are my arms tired. Yes, thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. And it's not a mic 7. It's just a shower head. What? What the hell? Alright. It's a light switch. Nothing happens when I press it. I'm gonna see if I have enough plates now, because I might. I guess it doesn't answer what's in the safe, but... God. Alright, good. Sweet. Now I can play the music. Junpei, would you be so kind as to play the piano? I'm unable to, you see. I'm sure I needn't tell you, but... the keys on this piano are not what you might expect them to be. C won't be C, D won't be D, and so forth. You must listen carefully to determine which keys to strike. Do you understand? Yeah. Alright, let's give this a shot. Oh boy. Good thing I actually know notes. Interesting. I don't remember grabbing any F plates. Okay. Oh, I hate it here. God fucking damn it. My knowing how to play a piano isn't useful to this. Easy, EG. It's how you remember how to read sheet music. I just know treble clef by heart. Okay. So... that's actually D. So... C... is actually D. D is... E is F. F is A. Okay. G is still G. Good to know. G is G. A is C. Why is this being correct? Okay, there we go. That was one that ruined it. Spacing out. G is G and A is C. Yeah. This is B, but B is playing as C. I don't think we need either of those notes, actually. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter what those are, but I'm still gonna write them down anyways. That one's B. Yeah, so C and B are flipped, but they don't matter. Is D also C? I don't... C is D, but D is E. Okay, so... need to play F, but F is E. Then we need to play A, but A is F. And then G is still G. Which one was low C? I think it was just, yeah, low C. Then F again, which is actually E. And then G is still G. Then A is F. And then back to F again, which is actually E. Then A is F. And then F is E. G is still G. Low C, low C. Then G is still G, then A is F, and then F is A. Let's go! Maybe my knowing music was actually helpful. Are you kidding me? Ding dong bing bong indeed, and I'm mad. And we're done. Music is not my forte. Wait, what was that noise? A pun? I don't know. Junpei. We did it. Looks like it worked. I heard something unlocked over by the exit. Let's go. Good plan. Stand. Bow. Be seated. Well, I guess he hasn't forgotten that. At least Snake thinks it's funny. Yes, I suppose that was the classroom bell, wasn't it? I don't imagine that's what Zero was thinking of, however. It could be, though. No. Zero almost certainly meant to suggest Westminster, not middle school. Westminster. In the palace in London that plays host these days to the Houses of Parliament. You've heard of Big Ben, the famous clock tower, yes? Big Ben plays that very collection of notes on the hour. London. The capital of England, huh? And at any rate, the door is now unlocked. Let's leave this place immediately. But there's the safe. We don't know the code for that yet. The safe. This is safe. Safe, huh? The exit's open. Yes. Strange that we didn't need to open this to achieve our goal. Do you think it's important? I wonder what's in there. I guess we'll never know. Okay. Good talk. Good talk. You mostly know the tune from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Fair enough. Alright. Let's go. He came out of the door and into a long, straight hallway.
Another hallway?
Are you really that surprised?
Hmm?
He paused for a moment and turned around to look behind him.
That should do it.
7 was bent over, apparently doing something to the door.
What's he up to?
Junpei had spoke more or less to himself, but apparently 7 had heard anyway. The larger man stood up and turned to Junpei.
I was just putting one of those plates in there. It ought to keep the door from locking again. Now we can come back here anytime we want, right?
Oh, I see. We're not done yet. We might have to come back for the safe, then.
Ah, why would you want to come back here?
You know, in case we need whatever's in the safe. Snake was a reasonable one. 7 thought about it for a moment before he answered.
I might like to play a little piano.
Fair.
Piano?
Come on, let's get moving. We aren't out of this yet.
Without waiting for an answer, 7 started off down the hallway.
Well then?
Snake shrugged, sighed, and quietly followed 7. That's a lie, Junpei thought to himself.
Can't say I could ever imagine 7 playing the piano.
Stop being so judgmental, Junpei.
He couldn't use the piano in there anyway. The keyboard's a mess.
You still can. If there's a will, there's a way.
But why would he want to leave the door unlocked then?
Because of the safe you didn't open?
I have no clue. Hey, wait for me!
It's clearly not Junpei's turn with a brain cell. Junpei frowned, took one last look at the door, and then walked away toward his companions. After some time in the hallway, they emerged into a larger, more open area.
Whoa, a metal grate?
Mm-hmm. A large metal grate, like the door of a jail, divided it in half.
Why is this thing... Ah!
They shook it for a while, but as they had expected, it did not move.
Figures.
Are those elevators over there?
Seems like it.
No way to know if they're working or not from here.
Also true.
Oh, there's a door just to the left of this grate.
Unfortunately, however, it was locked and refused to open.
Sounds like it's locked.
Yep.
Junpei took a moment to examine the left side of the room.
Stairs leading down.
They're blocked by the grate, though.
But this here seems accessible.
So we can open it?
Nah, I think it's locked too. Look.
It's female. In the center of the door was a small keyhole. Next to the keyhole, a small symbol had been carved into the metal.
What's this mark? The female symbol.
No, I don't want to show the brain cell with Junpei. He wasn't quite sure what to make of it. Snake, naturally, was somewhat more sure.
Ah, the Venus symbol, I imagine.
Yeah, that was my first thought, but female symbol is funnier.
Do you recall the similar symbols near the large central stairway? They reference many of the solar bodies.
Oh, that's right. The Sun, Saturn, and Earth.
So, as you can see, that one is likely...
As you can see, specifically.
Not the woman symbol, but a Venus symbol.
So I assume.
Hold on. Where's 7?
While they had been discussing the symbols, Junpei now realized 7 had slipped away. His absence now felt. Snake and Junpei turned to look for their missing companion.
Ah, there he is. Down that hallway.
7 had left them to head down the hallway extending to the right of the stairs.
This way, Snake. Follow me.
Junpei grabbed Snake to lead him in the right direction, and they both headed off after 7. Are they holding hands? Before long, the 3 of them stood in front of a door.
I wonder if this door will...
It was a French door.
How about that?
Oui.
It opens.
Junpei tested the door and realized that, unlike so many others that they'd encountered, it was unlocked. Almost as though he was afraid it would suddenly lock itself, Junpei threw the door open. Le door. So true. He stepped inside.
Oh, wow.
It took only a moment for Junpei to take in his new surroundings.
Is this some kind of casino?
Sure looks like one.
Before Junpei could comment further, a noise from behind made him turn around. Okay. Snake was shaking the door they'd just come through.
Well, this is troubling.
As Seven and Junpei watched, he threw up his hands in frustration, and then kicked the door for good measure.
It seems we are once again locked in.
Yep, shocking. There was no reason to panic, however.
Even if that door was open, it's not like we had anywhere to go that way.
I mean...
So we must find another exit then.
Alright guys, let's split up and search this room. Come on, no dawdling, let's go. Quickly now.
Spurred to action by Seven's words, Junpei and Snake began to examine the room. 9. Alright. Oh. Card. A square poker table. There's nothing on it. Okay. And that square table. It looks like a mahjong table. Do you play mahjong, 7? Maybe. I don't remember exactly, but I do remember a couple hands and some of the rules, so I figure I must have played it at some point. Excellent. Once we've vacated this vessel, I should like to play a game with you. Can you, play? So long as you tell me which tiles I'm eliminating, yes. I believe I have at least enough skill to defeat an amateur. However, I must ask you to remove the red tiles when we play. Alright. Check out that stained glass. How beautiful. What? Huh? The stained glass is colored pieces of glass placed together in the frame. As I've said many times before, I need only touch it to know. I can at least discern the basic structure. Oh my. And 3 of spades. Okay. Suddenly, 7 began to speak.
Ah, Baccarat. You ever played Junpei?
Junpei shook his head. He'd barely even heard of the game. Me too.
No, never.
Alright then, how about I explain the rules to you a bit?
I'm an Onichiak, but I do remember how to play this.
See, Baccarat is kind of an unusual game. You've got the banker and the player. The whole point is that you guess which one's gonna win.
Oh boy.
And whether the banker or the player wins, it all depends on their hands.
Hands.
The way each hand works is different from other games too. You see, you take the number from the ones place after you add up the value of all your cards.
Is it gonna be a digital route?
Whoever gets the number closest to 9 wins. If your number is smaller than your opponent's, you lose.
Man, no wonder why this game is here.
And that's it. That's the explanation. Got it? Well, actually, there's a lot more to it. Strategy, details, that sort of stuff. But what I just told you sums up the core of the game pretty well. The single digit of the sum of all the cards you have.
Yep, digital route.
The strongest hand is a 9. And the weakest hand is a 0. You just ignore the number in the 10 spot. Do you get it?
Yeah.
He hadn't been asked for it, but Seven's explanation, rushed through it was helpful.
Well, maybe half of it. Enough. I got a chance at winning the game if I played now.
However, we have no way of knowing if the puzzle in the Baccarat table makes use of those rules, and if it does, in what manner.
Then I guess we try everything.
Feeling more confident, if only slightly, Junpei approached the Baccarat table. We need more cards, because we only have 5 and 3, right? Hey, 7. Are we really supposed to play Baccarat? It's a Baccarat table. What the hell else would we do? Nah, stop worrying about it. It's really simple. What's the opponent's hand? Well, there's an 8 in that glass case. Alright, then that's your opponent's number. If that's the case, what 3 cards do we need to get that number? 3 cards. There are a couple of indentations with white lines around them, right? Does mean we gotta put down 3 cards. So, place 3 cards here and defeat the opponent's 8. That's what I gotta do, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Something tells me those aren't the only rules. Alright, let's give it a shot. We don't have enough cards. Before I start, I better make sure I've got the rules straight. There are 3 empty indentations. I just gotta pick a card and play it. I figure if I put them in the right spot, something gotta happen. Alright, let's give this a try. I don't have enough cards. I only have 2. So I can't play yet. Okay, it says 1 on the plate. In the coin slot. So I got the symbols for heart, spade, and diamond here. This is the stand for the slot machine. I don't see anything suspicious. Alright. Slot machine stand, nothing suspicious. Plate 1, it says 2. Yep. Slot machine looks pretty old-fashioned. There's no rust though, so I guess it probably still works. I didn't mean to click on that again, I meant to do, yeah. Nice. It seems the card is attached to the panel. And attached very well, it seems. If you don't mind, what sort of card is this? It's a playing card. The ace of spades, in fact. Here's the card slot. Looks like we need to put a playing card in here. Probably the 8. Alright, let's give it a shot. No, I'm not trying my cards. Because there's a giant S9. It's not working. So it would seem. I'm shocked and appalled that guessing at random has not yielded better results. Yeah. It says 9. Yeah, it looks like that cover's hiding something. And this is the cover, though maybe it opens up. Probably does. Okay. There are 4 chairs surrounding the square table. Some chairs, they seem perfectly normal and cherry. It's a chair. Yep, totally a chair. It feels like a chair. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you, guys. Junpei, I found this on the counter. It feels like a playing card. 7, let's go. Hey Junpei, I just found this on the shelf. A playing card. Okay. There's a whole lot of glasses on that shelf. Doesn't look like there's anything else back there though. The counter's pretty well polished. Well, will you look at that? Someone left a bottle of booze here. Don't mind if I do. Glug, glug, glug. Ah. Hope that hits the spot. Feels like my throat's burning. Damn, he really drank it. We don't even know how long it's been there. I mean, good on him, I guess. Guess that's it from there. Oh. How am I supposed to investigate that specifically? Whatever. I guess I can't. Back to this, I guess. First, I better make sure I got the rules straight. Yeah, I got it. Alright, let's give this a try. Let's see. Have 3, 4, 5, 7. And the goal is to get to as close to 9 as possible or otherwise match. I don't think I can do that with these numbers though. Yeah, not with 3. There might be more cards I can get then. Damn it. This isn't exactly working out the way I expected. It's locked, isn't it? Is there a keyhole? If there is, I can't find it. Well, there must be some way to unlock it. Let's look around a little more, shall we? Oh, it's the drawer that used to pick up money. It's locked tight. I can't get it to open. Okay. Well, usually the way these things work is that if the reels match, a whole bunch of coins come out. Exchanging those coins for prizes is the best part, though. A prize, eh? I wonder what might happen if we were to match all the reels. I imagine the prize would be the tools that would lead to our escape. Can I? So I've got the symbols for heart, spade, and diamond here. Can I change them? One more sip. I don't think so. I'm cutting you off, pal. Whimper. Someone looks like you'd very much like to get acquainted with that bottle. How can I investigate that? It won't let me turn around. I get that generally I'd put a coin in the slot, but like, there's nothing I can do. Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. That's annoying. Well, at least this one isn't lit like the one in the first class cabin. Maybe that's why it feels a little chilly in here. It's really a very nice looking fireplace. Another card. Didn't think I'd find a card here. There's a weird looking thing floating in here. There's a weird looking thing floating in there. Oh. Oh, I see. Wait, were those two lights turned on? I heard something from the bottom of the fireplace. What was that? I heard something down there. Were the coin slots just referring to the idea of... or coins? Okay. There are a whole bunch of coins stuffed into this feller bag. Look at all those coins. Perhaps these coins will allow us to convince the machines to move. Alright. Weird, but okay. Well, at any rate, this gate is very impressive. It feels like granite. It seems to be elaborately decorated in several places. A shame I cannot see it. The door is shut tight. It won't open. Alright, let's put a coin from that bag in here. What happened? I heard an odd noise. Well, be honest, I don't know. I pressed some of the buttons and smacked the machine once or twice, but nothing happened. No. Looks like the coin got stuck. Oh dear. The coins are stuck in there, but good. This machine won't be working anymore. The drawer they used to pick up the money, it's locked, I can't get open. The room won't move because the coins are stuck. Okay, well that's great. Alright, let's drop this coin in the coin slot. Come on, you little bastards. Only need one of you. Okay, there we go. It was the club diamond heart. Well. Well, if this was an actual casino, I would have gotten a reward for that, but that's not what we're aiming for. God damn it. I don't know how to lose the timing to get the things that I want, besides trial and error. Well, now I got the club. Now I have to hope I get the diamond and heart. No pressure or anything. No. I swear to God, if this is where I fuck up, I'm just gonna perish. Oh, it's spinning so fast. No! Nope. Nope. Okay. Nope. Okay. That did something. 777. Yes, 777. And I think I hear something unlocking in there. Impressive, Junpei. It would appear to be unlocked now. There's something akin to a drawer in the bottom part of this machine, yes? Unless a pickup drawer for dividend. Probably the lock for the drawer got unlocked. Please open it, if you would. So the club diamond heart was irrelevant. Key. What is it? Is there something in there? Yeah, a playing card. And this... a key with the Venus symbol on it. Excellent, Junpei. We will be able to open the gate. And then we just need to figure out how to get out of this room. Correct. Come on, Junpei, hurry up. And he's off. There's a playing card and a Venus key. Better put the key in my pocket for later. That's for the card. 2. Can I get something from this one? It's coin slot. Yeah, I know. Oh. I don't have the correct... Oh, are the coins gone now? I guess so. Damn, okay, well, whatever, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Junpei. You just asked me, are we really supposed to play Baccarat, right? Yeah. Well, I was thinking, you might be right. See, in Baccarat, players calculate their score by taking the sum of all the cards they've got and just play using the single-digit numbers. Just ignore the stuff in the tens place, is what I'm saying. But this game seems a little different. I'll bet it uses the digital root. So you take the sum of your 3 cards, and your play is the digital root of your cards. In other words, we'll win if the digital root of the sum of 3 cards is larger than 8. Alright, let's give that a shot. Before I start, I'd better make sure I got the rules right. They're 3 empty and indentations, there we go. Just gotta pick a card and play it. Figure if I put them in the right spot, something ought to happen. Alright, let's give this a try. What has the root? Oops. I wanted to calculator. That's fine. I need to figure out what has the root 9. Digital root 9 out of the numbers I have. What numbers do I have? Is another question. 2, 3. I think I have every number except for the 8 and ace, right? Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Just gotta figure out what has a digital root of 9. Can I pull out the calculator while there? No, I cannot. Okay. That's fine. I can just do some math, I guess. My pen ran away. Oh no, my pen's right next to my mouse. Haha. Okay. Digital root of 9. It should be a lot easier. Just go back out and use the calculator. Yeah, okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Sure. That's fine. Alright, if I just put down these 3 cards. Yes, open for me. Great. You did it, Junpei. You think it's telling us to take the 8 card? Come on, let's grab it. Alright, let's take this card. Yay! Can I take these back? Cards are put down or stuck to the table. They won't be going anywhere anytime soon. Alright. I'm upset those are like the first numbers that I tried. Yeah, makes sense. And you go, hey, alright, it opened up. It seems we have another device to contend with, yes? Another 3 slots in this one. Let's see. 3 slots for cards. There's a 9 right below them. So that probably means we gotta make 9 with the 3 cards we put in the slots, right? Just like what we did over at the Baccarat table. Right, let's give it a shot. Well, we only have 3 cards, so hopefully they're what we need. If not, SOL, I guess. Yay! Alright, so we put all the cards we had left into the slots. What happens now? Is that... Yes, I did hear something from the exit. Excellent work, Junpei. Wonderful. It seems the exit is unlocked. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Junpei and his companions ran out of the casino and into a large open room. A room, in fact, that they had been in once before. There was little to surprise them there. They already knew what their next step had to be.
This way.
The iron gate still stood in place, locked tight, blocking the stairway, and right at the center of it.
The keyhole with the Venus symbol. The Venus key should work here.
Wasting no time, he pulled it out and shoved it into the keyhole. He turned it. With the distinctive sound of metal on metal, he felt the lock click open.
It sounds like it did. Alright, let's get this thing open.
No problem. Let me help with this one.
Junpei grabbed the handle on the left side, and Seven took the handle on the right. On Junpei's signal, they both pushed, and the gate creaked open.
It sounds as though you have opened it. We should be able to reach C deck now, I imagine.
Snake, are you gonna be alright? I mean, the stairs.
Please, do not do yourself the embarrassment of underestimating me. I would be unlikely to trip even if I were running backwards.
Good for you.
Good to hear. Let's move.
In Seven's words, they leapt onto the stairs and jogged quickly down them. In no time at all, they found themselves on C deck.
Everything looks okay here.
We should check the next deck down, just in case.
When he reached the water, he called back up to Snake and Seven.
Just what I thought. D-deck is completely underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
And the surface of the water below them was flat, like a mirror.
I'm just glad the water level hasn't changed much.
Back to the C deck then.
Now, how about we check out what's here?
And they began searching around and taking stock of what was on C deck.
There are 2 elevators over there, which means it's probably the same upstairs.
There's a card reader between them. And another weird mark.
Hey, check it out. It's the symbol for Lotus.
What?
See? It's got the woman symbol, and then it's got the devil horns, right?
Can we throw Junpei away, actually?
Yeah, I see it. No two ways about it. That was a pretty good one, kid.
Seven tousled Junpei's hair in what he likely thought to be a friendly manner. Junpei feared his neck might break, even though it was clear Seven had kept his strength in check.
Oh, would you watch it, man? Whew, that hurts. You're gonna break my neck.
What are you talking about? The human body ain't that weak. Maybe this'll toughen you up, huh?
If we were looking for a devil, we've got one right here.
Thankfully, Snake interrupted. After Junpei's observation, he'd gone over to examine the card reader.
This is a Mercury symbol.
At least one of them has a brain cell.
The marks you mistook for horns are a stylized version of the wings and staff of Hermes.
Wings and a staff. Huh. So then, she beats you with the staff until you die and go to heaven.
Why? Why, Junpei? Just why?
Sounds like Lotus, all right.
What do you have against Lotus? Seven shook Junpei's head even more vigorously, and the younger man began to feel as though his brain was being jostled about inside of his skull. Deserve it.
7! Oh, that's too much! Oh, my head!
Junpei's stomach began churning uncomfortably.
Oh, I think I'm gonna puke.
You deserve it.
Unless we can activate this device, I doubt the elevator will function.
In other words, we gotta find a key card with a Mercury symbol on it.
So I would assume.
Let's forget the elevators for right now. How about that hallway to the left?
Whoa, there's a bunch of doors.
Mao. I was promised only 9 doors. There's definitely been a lot more than 9. There were a great many doors lining both sides of the hallway. It seemed to stretch on forever, and all 3 men suddenly felt very small.
Ah, shit. We're not gonna have enough time to check all these, are we?
Maybe we can come back here later. We should check out the other side. Let's head back.
To the right of the stairs, another hallway stretched out, reaching deep into the bowels of the ship.
To the right this time.
After a few moments of moving briskly down the hallway, they emerged into an area roughly the same size and shape as the one at the top of the stairs. On the left side of the room were 4 French doors.
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Let's open them up, starting with the closest one there.
Okay, I'm on it.
Junpei nodded and grabbed the one closest to him. He gave it a small tug and felt it move.
Huh, it isn't locked. I'm going to open it.
Thrilled to have found another unlocked door, he threw it open. How is 999 going? There's a lot of doors. A lot more than 9 doors. Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw.
What?
Huh. More doors. See? More doors. He simply stood, unable to speak. Seven's eyes opened wide, and his mouth gaped. After a few long moments, Seven at last managed to speak.
Hey, what is this place?
A weird one.
It's so huge and empty.
I don't know, it's full of little beds. A massive room stretched out in front of them. More a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and bore down on Seven and Junpei. It was not empty, however. This entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds. There were simple things, little more than pipe and thin mattresses.
Oh, there are beds everywhere.
Is this a hospital? The harsh scent in the air is reminiscent of antiseptic solution.
I think so. There are shelves in the center of the room with medicine and surgical tools.
Hey, look there. The 4 doors at the end.
Three of them were emblazoned with large single-digit numbers, made with thick red paint.
The left door says 3.
Mm-hmm.
The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt. They're numbered doors.
Uh-huh.
Hey, why is that door between 3 and 7 blank? Does that mean anything?
No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these will open first.
Yeah, good idea.
And 3 of them treaded their way through the beds, toward the back of the room. Upon reaching them, they proceeded to investigate each door in turn, but to no avail.
Yep, locked. Just like I thought.
Naturally. After all, there are rules to the nonary game, and to allow these doors to open easily would violate those rules.
So true.
Unless we can authenticate ourselves with the red, the numbered doors will...
Whoa, check this out.
Suddenly, Seven spoke up, interrupting Snake.
Look at the red. There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Don't you remember the red back at the main staircase? If there wasn't anyone in it, it said vacant on the little screen, remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But this one...
There's nothing.
Right? You think it's broken?
Only one way to find out.
No, nothing.
Junpei and the others put their hands on the panel, but nothing happened. The red refused to change. They tried pulling the lever, and still nothing. As they soon discovered, it wasn't only the red on the door 8 that seemed to be malfunctioning.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
I didn't think all of them would be malfunctioning.
What does it mean?
They've got to be broken. Man, that bastard. I didn't think Zero was the kind of guy who'd screw around with something like this.
Whoa. Zero's been prepared for everything so far, and you're saying he's gonna make a mistake now?
Well, that's the only thing I can think of. This thing ain't working at all.
While Junpei and Seven talked, Snake busied himself with examining the red. After a time, he lowered his hands and spoke.
It seems as if some of the internal hardware has been removed.
Interesting.
Internal hardware?
That is what I said. Take a look at the underside of this red, if you please.
Snake is not messing around. It's like, yeah, that's what I said. Good job.
The bottom?
Junpei obliged and bent over to look at the underside of the device.
Huh, there's a thin slot here. I think it's a slot for something. Probably electronic.
Thank you, Junpei.
The other 2 reds are the same. Something's been removed from all 3 of them.
I get it. So the reds aren't working because somebody pulled out their guts.
So I assume.
But why?
Why not? I don't know.
And who? I mean, it really doesn't make sense.
I have no idea. Why on earth would I know something like that?
Just then. And they heard the sound of a door opening.
Oh, what now?
The 3 of them turned and saw Akane. Oh, no. Junpei thought it's...
June!
She stopped short, surprised to see them, and was very nearly bowled over by the rest of her companions. I can read! Who were coming through the door behind her.
Ace! Santa! Clover! And Lotus!
Guess everyone's here.
Junpei and Seven were, for the moment, at a loss for words.
What are you guys doing?
Why are you...
That's my line?
Perhaps we should exchange information.
After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talked about the rooms they'd been through and how they ended up in the same place. Of course, none of it was very useful information, but that hardly mattered. They were happy to simply see one another again. Although, the level of cheer varied greatly from person to person, each one of them was wearing some manner of smile. Almost as though they had already forgotten about the death of the 9th man. No, thought Junpei. Perhaps that wasn't it. Perhaps thoughts of his death were what drove them to smile at one another. Not in a morbid or hateful way, no. The 9th man had died. But they were still alive, and that was something to be happy about. A sort of simple and complicated joy, Junpei thought. The joy of being alive. Still alive. He felt sorry for the 9th man, but more than anything, Junpei was just happy to be alive.
And that's what we know.
With that, Junpei finished his own explanation.
Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
What about that big hallway? Maybe there's somewhere in there we might be able to go.
No, there's nothing there. The 5 of us had a quick look. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
You mean all those doors are for hospital rooms?
Yes. There are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
It had one of those solar system mark things on it.
It was the Jupiter symbol.
Jupiter.
I wonder what it means.
Confusion seemed to be the consensus.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room?
Do you think anyone's gonna have an answer, Junpei?
I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
No one. Not even Snake appeared ready to offer an answer until Seven unexpectedly spoke up.
Well, I figure it's probably a hospital ship. Chances are it's the Gigantic.
The Gigantic?
Junpei looked at Seven, shocked both by his knowledge and the apparent identity of their prison. You just realized what the planet symbols mean? Yeah? Oh yeah, there's 9 planets, huh? At least there definitely were 9 back when this game came out. Poor Pluto. He was not the only one.
What is this gigantic?
Seven nodded to Lotus and began to speak.
The Gigantic. She was a sister ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century. Actually, the Titanic had two sister ships, and they looked exactly the same. The Gigantic was said to be one of them. They intended to make her a passenger liner like the Titanic, but World War I began soon after the ship launched. The British Navy took her over and made her a hospital ship. At some point during the war, the Gigantic was damaged by a German mine in the Aegean Sea. She ran aground afterwards, so she didn't end up sunk. What happened to her after that? One theory going around is that a man named Lord Gourdane bought her. Seemed like he'd been one of the few to survive the Titanic sinking. That trauma turned him into some kind of obsessive collector of all things related to the Titanic. Soon enough, the guy wanted the Titanic itself. Which was impossible, of course. It's stuck at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. But the Gigantic wasn't. And seeing as she was identical...
So you're saying this Lord Gourdane bought this ship?
Yeah, at least I think I am.
That's impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old.
Pipe down, just pay attention. What, that's it? Well, have you got any proof?
Proof?
Pipe down, just pay attention. What, that's it? Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, that just was very whiplashy.
Proof that this ship is really the Gigantic.
Well, this ship's got stuff that's like the Titanic and a hospital ship. So, I just figured...
Oh, for goodness. Don't tell me that's your only reason.
We have a map.
No, I've got more.
Like?
We have a map.
Well, I mean...
Seven looked around desperately, doing anything to avoid meeting Lotus's piercing stare. He scratched his head for a moment, then gave up. Finally, he opened his mouth.
I don't know.
Good effort, Seven. Lotus sighed and shook her head.
I guess your memory isn't back yet, is it?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Then, almost as if to save Seven from further embarrassment. Oh boy. A bell began to ring from far away.
Huh. A bell.
It sounds like the clock in the main stairway.
Junpei counted each chime carefully.
10, 11, 12. 12.
It's midnight. Then we've still got 6 hours left, right?
Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds.
What do you mean, find? How on earth do you propose we do that?
We've looked everywhere in this room.
They had been examining the room as they talked.
But we haven't found anything.
Right.
That only leaves one place to look.
One?
Well, not just one.
Huh?
Wait. Don't tell me you mean we need to search all of the other rooms.
I mean...
Well, you already checked some of them out before you came here, right?
We each checked a single room, so 5 rooms in total.
All right then. That's 5 rooms we don't have to search. We just have to split up the rest between the 8 of us. If each of us can do 6 rooms apiece, we'll have the other 48 rooms cleared in no time.
There are 48 other rooms?
Lotus did not seem excited by the prospect. Seven fidgeted nervously before responding.
Maybe?
That's a lot of rooms. This is not just 9 doors. After some discussion, the 8 of them decided which rooms to begin with, and in what order they would go. Junpei was chosen to search the rooms on the starboard side, moving from fore to aft.
Alright, so everyone knows which area they're searching?
Yeah.
Yes!
They also determined when they would return to report their findings, the next time the clock sounded the time. When it did, they would meet back in the large central room full of beds.
We'll all meet up when the clock goes off again. How about in that room with all the beds?
Yeah, sounds straightforward enough.
If during their search, any of them were to locate the missing components, they were to yell for the others.
I'll shout if I find any of the components we need.
I hope we can find them within the time limit.
If the strategy failed, they returned to discuss their options later.
If we can't, then we'll just have to come up with another plan.
Right.
Then let's do this.
The details decided, they left to begin searching. Out into the hallway they went, each to the rooms they'd been assigned. However, from far away, Junpei heard the bell ring. It did so only once. It was 1 a.m.
It's 1. I better get back to the others.
He jogged through the entrance to the large hospital room to find 6 of the others already there.
Huh?
Ace, Santa, Clover, June, Seven, and Lotus. They had gathered in front of the door number 8. Or perhaps, to be accurate, they had gathered in front of the red next to the door number 8.
What are they doing over there?
Had one of them found the missing piece?
What happened, guys?
It was June who answered him.
Jumpy, look!
She was pointing at the red. He pushed through the others until he stood in front of it. Immediately, he knew what she had meant.
Vacant?
Junpei sighed.
Come on, guys. Who was it? I thought we were supposed to yell if we found it.
Well...
Junpei wondered why she was hesitating. The others looked as confused as June, but kept their mouths shut.
What the hell? What is up with you guys?
They all knew something he didn't, and Junpei wasn't about to leave things that way. Finally, Lotus frowned and spoke.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know.
You don't know?
When I got back, it was already like this. There was no one else here. That means I was the first one back, but the missing parts were already back in the red.
What? Let me see.
Junpei looked at the bottom of the red again, just to make sure. And the slot that had been open on the bottom was now covered with metal.
You're right. It's in there. What about the other 2?
They're the same.
Let me take a look.
Junpei quickly examined the other 2 boxes.
It's just as you said.
Satisfied that they were also repaired, but still very confused, he returned to the others.
Alright, I just want to be sure here. Nobody has any idea what the hell happened here, right?
Correct.
None.
Ace and June nodded silently. Seven raised his hand as if to say, "Not me," and Santa just shrugged. Only Clover lowered her head and did nothing.
Huh. Wait a minute.
That was when he noticed.
Where's Snake?
Junpei swept his eyes across the room a second time, but Snake was nowhere to be seen.
Does that mean that he found them?
I've no idea. There's nothing to suggest it, but nothing to suggest he didn't either.
I don't suppose we'll know until we can ask him in person.
Well, whatever he did or didn't do, he's pretty damn late. What the hell is he up to?
Maybe he's lost.
Yeah, well, that seems likely. Dude can't see. I don't know how he gets around in the first place.
Clover raised her head.
No! That's impossible!
Suddenly, she was shouting.
Yeah, my brother's blind, but he's got really great hearing. He can get around as well as anyone who can see. So he couldn't get lost. That's impossible!
Clover had started to shake, and the knuckles of her hands had gone white. She spun around, but before she did, Junpei noticed tears welling up in her eyes.
I'm gonna go look for him!
The words were barely out of her mouth when she began to run.
Hey, hold on, Clover. Wait!
Junpei cried out to her, but he was too slow. She kept going, and before anyone else could react, she was gone.
Well, that didn't work.
Uh-huh.
Damn it. What should we do now?
Go after her?
Well, the red is working now.
No! We're not leaving two people behind! We should go look for them!
Oh man, this ain't good.
Oh, yes, what an excellent idea. We just wasted a bunch of time looking for some piece of electronic junk. Now let's waste some more by looking for a couple of idiots.
Then remain here if you feel you must, but there's no time. We've only 5 hours left.
Junpei and the others nodded to one another and took off at a run. In front of the stairs that led to B deck, they decided to split up.
Let's split up.
All right, I'll take this direction.
Then I shall look that way.
I'll be over here.
See you all later.
Soon, only 2 of them were left. Those 2 were Junpei and June, who had been a few steps behind the others.
All right, we should go too.
Yes, let's go! But where should we start?
Let's see.
Oh boy, My first instinct was to, like, check the hallway with all the rooms, like, specifically, like, the rooms that he was checking. But now that, like, the first class cabin here is an option, I'm inclined to have that be checked. Because, like, what if he found the code for the safe, you know? It could be a waste of time, but I'm not sure why else it would be an option.
Oh, what about the first class cabin on B deck?
Okay, let's go, Jumpy.
They took off up the stairs at a run. Outside of the first class cabin, they found Clover. She was standing in front of the wall. Wow, I have good instincts. She was staring at a meaningless point on the wall, her eyes blank. What should Junpei do? Well, talk to her. It'd be stupid to leave her alone.
Are you alright?
He did his best to sound friendly, but Clover didn't respond.
Look, I know you're really worried, but...
He could think of no words to say that didn't sound hollow and fake. Junpei hesitated. Clover was so consumed by worry and fear that Junpei feared it would crush her. Her actions didn't surprise him. She had suddenly lost her brother, who she seemed to have been very close to.
Alone.
Her voice was thin and barely audible.
Alone.
Hmm?
Alone. I said leave me alone!
Oh. Suddenly, she was screaming.
You're so annoying! Just go away and leave me alone! Just looking at you guys is pissing me off!
I mean, fair, but...
Go away, okay? Just go somewhere else! Stop bothering me!
Junpei was taken aback. Such anger and hate. June's eyes had gone wide with surprise as well.
Why are you still here? Didn't you hear me? Huh? Fine, forget it. If you aren't gonna leave, then I'll just...
Alright, let's go, June.
Yeah.
They turned and left Clover. As they did, Junpei glanced back over his shoulder to see Clover wiping tears from her face. Clover had driven home the misery of their situation, but Junpei told himself that getting depressed would get him nowhere but depressed. Yeah. I mean... you're not wrong, Junpei, but
We really need to find Snake, for Clover's sake.
me setting my GPS destination to depressed. He did his best to push away the misery and depression, and forced to smile. People get depressed when they're depressed, so true.
So, where do you think we should go next?
Well, I guess back to my initial thing since we couldn't actually go there. Good to know we found Clover easily, though. The hallway with all the rooms.
Hey, why don't we go back to C-Deck? We can take a look at that hallway with all the rooms.
Okay, let's get going then.
Together, they ran down the stairs.
Oh, it's Ace.
Ahead of them, farther down the hallway, they spotted Ace.
Hey, Snake! Where are you? Answer me if you're there!
What should Junpei do? I'll let Ace handle it. Yeah.
Why don't we just leave this area to Ace? We can go somewhere else.
I don't mind. But
Yeah.
where?
Well, let's see.
I guess the casino.
Let's go take a look around the casino.
I'm having them go up and down those stairs, but yeah.
Okay, let's
It's
go.
okay, they're 2D. They quickened their pace and headed for the B deck. Before they knew it, they were there. So was Lotus. She was leaning against the wall, examining her nails.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
She glanced up at him, unimpressed.
Isn't it obvious? I'm looking for Snake.
I'm just not seeing it.
Really? Maybe you need to look harder.
I don't think that's the problem.
Oh, by the way, I've got a proposal for you two.
Oh boy.
Care to hear it?
Sure.
What is it?
Well, I don't like to beat around the bush, so I'll get right to it. Why don't we team up?
Team up?
Yeah. What? You need me to explain it to you? I'm saying, why don't we go through a numbered door?
Even if we wanted to, that's impossible.
Why?
Jumpy's bracelet number is 5, mine is 6, and yours is 8. Our digital root would be 1.
5 plus 6 plus 8 equals 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1.
But there's no number 1 door in the large hospital room. The only doors there are 3, 7, and 8.
Then we add another person.
Huh?
Who?
Well, Snake.
What? Isn't that easy? 7.
Or we can find Snake.
Oh, if we add 7, 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 7 equals 26. The digital root of 26, 2 plus 6 equals 8.
Then the 4 of them could go through the number 8 door. But
Wait a minute. What about the other 4? Ace, Snake, Santa, and Clover.
Well, why don't you add them up?
that was simple enough.
1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. And 1 plus 0 equals 1. The digital root for those 4 would be 1.
That's right.
And you know the number 1 door isn't in the big hospital room, right?
Of course I know that.
No! Are you saying you'd leave them behind?
Of course not. What kind of woman do you think I am? Once we get off the ship, we could come back and rescue them, couldn't we? Then we wouldn't really be leaving them behind.
Don't try to lie to us. I don't think you do anything of the sort.
Really? Why do you think that?
You remember, don't you? We have less than 5 hours left. Even if we manage to escape, there's no way we could come back to rescue them in less than 5 hours.
Well, you never know until you try.
No, you're not thinking this through. Even if we brought 7 with us, we wouldn't be able to get off the ship. The 4 of us couldn't open door 9.
Oh, yeah.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Yeah, that's right. The digital route for the 4 of us would be 8, so we'd have to add Ace to make 9.
That's right. Unless we bring Ace too, we'll be stuck.
Lotus scratched the back of her ear.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Unfortunate. That's all you have to say?
She didn't sound particularly bothered by what Junpei said. Nor did she seem particularly surprised.
Well, let's try and find another way, okay? A way to get out of here with all 8 of us.
That's impossible. Are you being serious? And you do know that only 5 people, at most, can go through one of the numbered doors, right? The number 9 isn't going to be an exception to that rule. Regardless, at least 3 people will get left behind.
Huh?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
The moment he said it, Junpei felt a chill run down his spine.
No. Wait just a second. You're skipping over a really big detail.
Yes, what she said was true, but how Lotus could remain cavalier was so terrifying. Prospect was beyond him.
Is that really okay? That means 3 people will die in the end. Are you okay with that? That's just...
Lotus' forehead furrowed.
You think I could have a moment alone? There's some things I need to think about.
Junpei and Jun turned and began walking away from Lotus.
That didn't turn out to be a very pleasant conversation.
Nope.
Yeah.
Junpei's heart felt heavy, and his steps sluggish. But he told himself, pessimism would get them nowhere.
Well, regardless.
So he forced himself to smile, and turned to Jun.
Let's just focus on finding Snake for now, okay?
Yes, you're right. We can think about those other things later.
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
Alright, where should we go next?
I guess back to the large hospital room. We haven't been there yet.
Hey, why don't we go back to the big hospital room?
Sure, let's go.
Together, they ran down the stairs.
Hey, wait. That's...
On their way to the large hospital room, Junpei and Jun noticed Santa standing next to the number 3 door.
Santa?
Junpei paused. What should Junpei do? Let's talk to him, I guess. Junpei and Jun walked up to Santa.
What are you doing?
What? You can't tell? I'm checking out the red.
Why? Is there something bothering you?
What? It's not bothering you?
Huh?
The guts of this red. Why wouldn't you wonder who the hell put it back in here?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm curious too, but...
Who do you think did it?
Santa's eyes narrowed as he looked at Jun. She shook her head.
I don't know.
Well, what about you, Junpei? Who do you think fixed this thing for us?
I'm not sure. Part of me is inclined to say 0, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if Snake did it too, you know? I don't think it was Lotus. Yeah, I'll just answer 0.
I think it was probably 0.
Why?
No.
Isn't that obvious? He's the guy who set this whole thing up.
You don't think that should mean the opposite? Seems to me like that means he didn't do it. I mean, who do you think took that stuff out in the first place?
Probably 0.
Yeah, exactly. Then why the hell would he put him back in after he'd taken them out himself?
To fuck with y'all? Duh.
It just doesn't make sense.
It does.
Why do all that work?
I mean, you all still wasted an hour, so...
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So, what happened then? Who put that stuff back in the Reds?
Junpei furrowed his brow.
So, in other words, one of us is the person who fixed the red.
Santa grinned.
Bingo! We have a winner.
But if that's true, then the person who did it doesn't want the rest of us to know that they fixed it.
Yeah,
But why?
no idea. Maybe if they come clean on that, it means we'd find out something else. Something bad.
Something bad?
Dunno. But whatever it is, it's gotta be worth hiding. Of course, it could have something to do with Snake's disappearance.
I'm pretty confident it does.
You think maybe they did something to Snake?
Yeah.
Junpei stared at Santa. There was something about him that made Junpei wary. At first, he'd assumed the other man wasn't terribly clever, but Junpei was beginning to think he would need to reevaluate that assessment. When Santa spoke again, his voice was quiet.
Look, if you trust anybody in this game, you're gonna lose. You've gotta be careful. The person you trust the most could turn out to be the one who stabs you in the back.
With that depressing suggestion, he turned and quietly walked away.
And that's that, I guess.
Junpei and Jun looked at one another and smiled awkwardly. Where would they go next? I guess this gives me the opportunity to try to talk to Ace if I want to. What happens if we go back to the first class cabin,
Why don't we
though,
go check out the first class cabin?
and don't talk to Clover?
All right, let's go.
They quickened their pace and headed for B deck.
No one's here. Maybe we'll have more luck somewhere else.
You're looking for whatever.
But where?
Okay,
Hey, why don't we go back to C deck? We can take a look at that hallway with...
Okay, let's get going.
Together they ran down the stairs.
Oh.
Santa's dismissal of Zero doing it is bugging you. The current assumption right now is that Zero gained access to a nearly century-old, relatively obscure ship in order to set up a deadly version of Baccarat. What the hell do you mean? Why would he do all that work? Yeah.
Nobody's here.
Snake, of course, was nowhere to be
Let's look
found.
somewhere else.
But where?
Yeah, I guess back to the large hospital room and then end the search.
Why don't we go back to the big hospital room?
Okay, let's go then.
They turned and headed back toward the large hospital room.
I don't think anyone is here. What next?
Just finish searching. Wait, can I go everywhere twice? Or no? They looked everywhere they could think of, but Snake was nowhere to be found. I liked Snake, though.
Snake hasn't been anywhere we've searched.
Lotus looked around at 6 frustrated faces and spoke.
And we can't keep looking for him. Wherever he is, it's not here. We need to get moving.
Junpei couldn't disagree with what she was saying. Snake seemed to have completely disappeared. There was no point to wasting any more time. Others seemed to be having similar thoughts, but they stayed silent. Finally, 7 spoke.
We don't got a choice. Lotus is right. We're not gonna find Snake. There's a problem, though. We've got to figure out who's gonna go through which door.
Yes, I have a proposal.
She walked back and forth across the floor, her heels clicking against the wood. Finally, she stopped.
Why don't we decide on one person to sacrifice?
Huh?
Sacrifice?
Well, perhaps that's a bit of a harsh word, but yes. You've all figured it out by now, haven't you? We can't all make it through those doors. If we split into 2 teams of 4 and 3 people respectively, then 3 people will be left behind. If we split into 2 teams of 5 and 2 people respectively, then 2 people will be left behind. But if we split into 2 groups of 3 and leave 1 person out, then only 1 person will be left behind.
Leaving behind 3 people with 2 teams of 4 and 3. Not sure. Junpei wasn't quite sure that was true.
Wait a minute.
Hmm?
2 people get left behind if we split into 5 and 2. And 1 person is left behind if we split into 3, 3, and 1.
Junpei.
I got that part. You can't go through the numbered doors with any less than 3 people. But if we split into 4 and 3, then why do 3 people have to be left behind?
Just run the numbers. Let's say we go through door 7 with 1, 4, 5, 6. Who's left over?
That would be 3, 7, 8.
What's the digital root for that?
3 plus 7 plus 8 is 18, so add 1 and 8, 9.
Exactly. But door 9 isn't here, right? That means 3, 7, 8 won't be going anywhere. That was just an example, of course. There are a lot of different combinations, but the result will always be the same. It doesn't matter which 4 it is. The 3 that are left over can't go through any of the doors. Go ahead and calculate it if you have the time. You'll see. Anyway, that's how it is. Now, if we can get back to my proposal. We only have to sacrifice 1 person if we split into 3, 3, and 1.
When Seven spoke, his voice was strained.
Then, you're saying we gotta decide who's gonna stay behind.
Yes, we do. Given our circumstances, it's logically and morally the best solution. If the other 6 are to survive, then 1 person has to sacrifice themselves.
No, that's too cruel.
What's so cruel about it?
To just sacrifice someone like that?
Then what's your plan? Maybe we should sacrifice 2 people instead of just 1.
That's not what I meant. We shouldn't sacrifice anyone.
I told you, that's impossible. Wake up.
Whoa, whoa, calm down, you two.
Santa stepped between Lotus and Joan.
Look, what Lotus is trying to say is, you should aim to bring the greatest amount of happiness to the greatest amount of people, right?
Exactly. That's how democracy works. And for that reason, I think the only fair way to decide who will be sacrificed is through a vote. What do you think?
No, that's terrible.
I'm not asking you. Shut up. What about you, Santa?
Me? Well, I agree, I guess.
All right, that's 1 vote for. Counting mine, that's 2. 7.
I can't say I agree with you, but we don't exactly have a choice. If we don't do something, we're all gonna die.
Oh, glad to see you get it. If I can get 1 more vote, then it's decided. What about you, Clover?
Clover had moved away from the group and was sitting on one of the beds. Her whole body drooped. Junpei didn't know if she'd even heard Lotus's proposal.
Hey, Clover.
Lotus walked over to Clover and gently laid a hand on her shoulder.
Your brother has to be behind one of the numbered doors. We've searched everywhere, but we didn't find him. Doesn't that mean he has to have gone through one of them somehow?
Clover slowly lifted her face.
Let's go look for him together, okay? If we sacrifice 1 person, then we can go look for him. You agree with me, right?
Okay.
Clover nodded once.
The motion carries.
Lotus spun around and walked toward Junpei.
Now, let's start a vote to...
That won't be necessary.
Ace had barely spoken for Lotus's entire speech, and everyone jumped a little. 6 pairs of eyes turned to look at him. He didn't seem to notice or even care.
I will stay. That should solve our problem, yes?
Ace, what are you saying? No, you can't do that. That won't solve anything.
Jane's voice shook, and she looked around desperately for someone to agree with her. Ace simply looked at her.
June, I'm afraid you may have misunderstood me. I said I would stay, but I never said I would sacrifice myself.
Huh?
I trust you, each and every one of you. I believe you'll come back for me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's optimistic, and then there's just nuts. Those doors only go one way. You go in, you don't come out. If we go through them...
You won't be able to return, correct?
Yeah.
True, but that will not be the case once you've escaped from the ship.
What?
Please, I beg you. Once you've escaped, come back and rescue me.
Like, what if they hustle and get through them anyway? I mean...
Ideally, within the time limit Zero has given us.
No, that's ridiculous. There's no way we could get back in time.
Finally, Junpei could hold his tongue no longer.
We've only got 5 hours left. We don't even know where the hell we are. How on earth are we gonna find someone to come and rescue you?
Then, perhaps you would prefer to stay instead of me? Or perhaps you would be willing to leave June behind?
Isa's voice was dignified, without a hint of cruelty or malice. Junpei had no rebuttal.
You see, there's no other choice. Then I see we've come to our conclusion. Go on. Don't worry yourselves about me. Go, quickly.
Junpei stood frozen by indecision, unable to move. June bit her lip so hard that Junpei feared she would break the skin. Santa stood against a wall, calm and aloof. Seven tore his beanie from his head and turned it over anxiously in his hands. Only Clover stared at Ace with an expression Junpei was unable to decipher. Lotus's attitude, however, was different from the others.
Good. Let's accept his kind offer then.
She smiled, her eyes bright. Ace answered with a smile of his own.
Good. I think this is the best for me. Perhaps I'll be able to take a nap. It may be my age, but I get tired so easily these days.
As he spoke, Ace lowered himself down to the floor next to one of the beds. From somewhere deep in the ship, Junpei suddenly heard the screeching of metal on metal. It was almost as if the ship were screaming. Would it really hold until their time limit was up? Already, D-Deck was flooded. In the sudden silence, the only sound was the sad metal wail of the ship. Unsurprisingly, it was Lotus who spoke first.
Well, what are you waiting for? We're wasting time. Why don't we hurry it up?
As if a spell had been broken, the others all began to talk at once.
You're right. We should get going. That's all we can do right now.
7.
Seriously. Honestly, I was getting kind of sick of listening to you guys talk.
You too, Santa? I have to find my brother. Wait, all of you. Let's just calm down and think about this. There has to be a way to get everyone out. There has to be. Right, Jumpy? Say something.
Yeah, let's think. There's gotta be another way.
His words sounded hollow and fake.
Fine! Forget about it! I'll figure it out on my own.
She spun around and ran toward Ace. He had slumped down next to the bed when June grabbed his arm and pulled.
Ace! stand up! You can't give up yet! We just have to sit down together and think about this! We'll figure out a way that we can all get out of here!
Then it happened. Huh? Ace fell forward. He slumped over onto the wooden floor, his body folded in half like a boxer out cold.
Ace!
June cried out and dropped to her knees beside him. She put her arm around his neck and did her best to lift him up.
What happened? Ace, say something!
She shook him frantically. His eyes fluttered open.
I'm all right.
His voice was weak and slightly slurred.
How are you all right?
This.
He held out his left arm and slowly opened his hand.
A syringe?
In it was a syringe and a small vial. The vial was empty. It had only recently been emptied. A few drops clung to the sides. There was a label taped to the side of the container. It read Soporil Beta. Soporil Beta?
Soporil Beta.
Oh.
What does this do? Did you use this?
Yes. It's just anesthetic. I'll be fine.
It's just anesthetic.
Anesthetic?
I found it earlier. While we were searching the hospital rooms, I thought it might be useful later. I didn't think I'd be using it on myself.
Why did you do this?
Didn't I tell you? I'd like to take a nap. I really am very tired.
Junpei knew Junpei knew that wasn't why he'd done it. He had injected himself with anesthetic to forestall Junpei and June's attempt to bring him along. If he couldn't move, there was nothing they could do. He'd injected himself, so they would be forced to leave him behind.
Ace!
Is there something you want to say? I just like to sleep a little. Could you keep it down?
No! Don't, Ace! Don't fall asleep!
You feel warm. So comfortable. I think I'll have a nice dream.
Ace's eyelids drooped further and further, almost as though he were dying.
Ace! Ace!
She shook his shoulder again and again, but this time he didn't respond. Only the gentle rising and falling of his chest told them he was alive. Junpei was relieved to see he was, in fact, still breathing.
Let's get him up on a bed.
He lifted Ace up off the floor and laid him on the bed he'd been leaning against. When Junpei turned around, Lotus gave him a look of pity.
Well, we really don't have a choice now. We can't let his sacrifice go to waste. Right?
Like you even mean that.
You say something?
No, nothing.
It felt wrong, but he had to agree. Then suddenly, Santa spoke.
Yeah, but we're not done choosing yet, are we?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, we haven't decided who's going in what door.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's true.
Enough of this screwing around. Let's decide. You first, Lotus. Which door do you want?
I want door number 8. It's the same number as my bracelet number.
Got it. You're 8. You're next, 7. Which one do you want?
I'll take 7. I can't get along with that old lady.
Fair.
What? What did you just say?
Her face distorted by rage, Lotus took a step toward 7. He threw up his hands and made a face like a child caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Who, me? I didn't say nothing.
Oh, you're gonna get it next time.
She She shot him a glare that would have melted steel, then turned and stalked off.
Alright, who's next?
Santa's gaze moved across the 3 people left. Finally, they stopped on Junpei.
Junpei, which door do you want?
At last. Junpei's mind was already made up. And that's for next week. And I'm gonna save that in a different slot than normal. Okay, so yeah, that's our main save slot from before, where we last saved. Yeah, B deck central staircase. And then this will be our new stuff, so that way, when we're done, we can go back, and then we can pick door 4 and get that true ending after getting the safe ending. That type of spiel. But return to the title screen, yes. It's been a time. I hope we find Snake. I think is cool. I don't know. Do you guys have any thoughts to share? Snake is cool, yeah. He's a silly too. Lotus kind of sucks. Yeah, she's a little bit of a bitch. She deserves the mean joke. No, she doesn't. What? I still feel like the jokes that, Junpei and Seven were making about Lotus earlier was, like, off base, but, you know. I'm not really sure, what to expect to happen in the next set of rooms. I'm honestly a little surprised that, like, no one else is outright dead yet besides, like, number 9. But that might change. Who knows what the other rooms have in store for us. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me with the Nunnery Games. We'll find out more next week, I suppose. I'll catch you all next time. Yeah, there we go. Those are appropriate thoughts. Bye-bye.